I feel like I'm calling an emergency meeting. Guys, what do we have here? Yes, welcome to another episode of New Zealand Warriors Chat, where I give you guys, little bits and I sort of fuse them together and I throw them at you guys. Sort of love to do that, and I haven't done it for a while for obvious reason. But I'm slowly getting back to who I feel like I am regarding my health. It's slowly getting back there, but as I sort of look at the Warriors news, I feel like I'm getting more and more sick. And coincidentally, there's been some big news as well. Now, I say it's big. You may sit there and say it's not. But ultimately, this does affect the Warriors. I need to address, obviously, my personal thoughts on Shannara Tavita, Euan Aitken, and obviously this Matt Lodge scenario. Now, in order for me to sort of digest that, I'll have to hit it one by one and sort of try to tie it up, much like a bit of a present, and then hand it to you guys. And in turn, you open it up and you see what you like, you don't like, and then you tell me in the comment section, and then we dialogue. But in saying that, I just feel very, what's the word, compelled. That's why I feel it in my bones to tell you guys about everything about how I feel regarding this. So, what further ado, we'll get into it. All right, guys. So, first piece of news, obviously, last week it was announced that Shannara Tavita, my apologies, a few days ago, that is, has said that he wants to basically hang up the boots for 1 year. 1 year as stated, it's not a retirement, and he wants to explore the world, get into writing and all that stuff. And first and foremost for me, I think for a man of his age, I think that's a wise decision. Wise in the sense that if you are not really certain about rugby league or a particular sport or whatever it is, and you want to break, you go for it, right? Like you do that. I think it's not only shows maturity, but also shows wisdom at a young age. Because the last thing you want to do is for example, carry quote unquote rocks, right? That you don't want to be carrying, because there's some young players this age who are prepared to carry those rocks, right? Prepared to carry more and have more and more. And if you're not, then it's wise for you to step back and be like, hey, maybe this is not for me, so to speak. And what a terrible analogy, but you get what I mean. My thoughts though on it is in that sense. So regarding the Warriors, it was probably a good move, I think, ultimately, especially the likes of Volkman, Ronald Volkman, Metcalf, right, coming in. Then you got Dylan Walker. When you sort of sum it like that, and you sort of compare that, where he is at, and you compare the guys that we have coming to next season and so on, it makes a lot of sense to me. Now, ultimately, you want players who want to play. Does this mean that we won't see Shannara Tavita anymore? Does that mean that that's the last of Shannara Tavita? No, it's not. Because you can still come back and play for us 2024. That's the reality. However, the other end of the spectrum is that he might not. And he might go to another NRL club or Super League. And that is absolutely A-okay. So again, for these things to happen, it's not great in that sense that obviously, he's a Warriors. The club developed him right from a youngster right to who he is now. But ultimately, it is what it is. But like I said, when you have a heart that is in two minds about things, it's probably best that you have that rest, you have that break. Now, in a totally different circumstance, and I did mention this in a live as well, I myself am a uni student, and so this year, due to a few personal things, I thought that I might give uni a miss this year, a sabbatical, and that's exactly what I did. So I've taken a sabbatical. I'm having a break. I'm enjoying this. I'm loving this, but I ultimately know that I'm going to be going back to uni. I want to be going back to studies and doing what I want to do, what I'm passionate about. But in saying that, doesn't mean I'm not passionate about this. So you get what I mean? So yeah, it's one of those things where people do things differently in their own time, and that is absolutely A-okay. There's nothing right. There's nothing wrong about it. It's life. We make our moves. And like I said previously, and I'll say now, all the best. And if it's writing, please write to your heart's content. Good on you. You know what I mean? But the beauty is that you can always do that stuff and then go back, right? Go back to rugby league. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure the Warriors, will have the door open for him, right? If he was to ever want to return to the club. So it's beautiful in that sense, more freedom to you. Now, another piece of news. We all know Euan Aitken has, announced the signing next season for the Dolphins, and citing personal reasons, saying that he couldn't move over to New Zealand. And look, it's good, for him. It's good for his future. It was a 2-year deal. It's good for the Dolphins, but it's not good for us. It leaves a big gap for us. Now, I am in two minds about this. One, obviously he gets his bread. You get the bag and all that stuff that comes with it. But the other side, Warriors were left without a key player like him. Now, my understanding, obviously, we got Morata Newcore coming in, and that's all good and well. But comparatively, they're just two different players. They give you two different things. But again, it's and I guess I might tie this up with what I want to be talking about with Lodge as well. If the Warriors, if we were winning, if we were playing winning footy, if we were constantly in the fore, if we were constantly hanging and challenging for the premiership year to year, would those players go? Like, I seriously am asking that. You know what I mean? Because then if you're playing well, then you don't look at other opportunities, because you're rich. Like, in the sense of opportunity, in the sense of being a top level club, you're rich. There's no need for you to look around, but ultimately he has. And obviously my understanding is that, due to personal reasons, but I'm just saying, like, if we were really serious contenders, would he have left in the first place? And I guess that's a lot of my questions to other players too. Obviously the next one will be Matt Lodge, and the Matt Lodge news as well is a pretty big one, so just bear with me as well. But regarding Euan Aitken, if he stuck around, does he stick around if we're doing well? Again, we won't know, because unfortunately, Warriors, we tend to just we float around. Honestly, we float around. I'll give you guys some massive, dark, honest truths about this club. And I'll just give you one. The fact that from 2012 onwards, we've done nothing. Granted, one finals appearance where we got knocked out by Penrith Panthers after scoring, I think, 2 quick tries off the gate, if I remember correctly. This club is really, look, this club is not going anywhere fast anytime soon. I was very optimistic heading into this year and maybe even the year after that, but hold your horses, so to speak, guys. This journey is going to be a long one. But yeah, back to Euan Aitken again. Just congrats, all the best. Thank you. I'm sure he'll give his all for the remainder of the season. But again, it just makes you think, if we were really a successful club, would he have gone in the first place? If you're playing for the Warriors, and the Warriors in the top 4, like I said, top 3, top 2. Anyway, food for thought. Last but not least, right, Matt Lodge, we all know what's happened. So, last week, a few days out before the Warriors were playing, there was a big bombshell that dropped that basically, Matt Lodge decided to part ways immediately with the Warriors, and in turn, the Warriors said the same thing. It's a mutual thing. Now, in saying that, the ramifications for it is quite big, in the sense that, from a playing perspective, that's a big hole that's gone. Now, it's just been revealed today, apparently, that these are $700,000 agreement of some sort that apparently the Warriors are paying Lodge this year and next year, and my head is just exploding. I am so furious. Obviously, I'm talking about cap space, but at the same time as well, I'm talking about just pure, and apparently auditors are going to be involved in this as well. But the fact that we let Matt Lodge go and we still owe money, what the heck is up with this club? Stand the heck up, man. Honestly, we are the ones with the money. We are the ones with the money that are paying these players. Stand up. And now auditors are coming, as said on NRL 360, Abdo as well, the NRL chairman, he's not going to make this an easy sort of a job. Man, look, I don't want to say this. What's going on? What's going on, Chief? What's going on? First and foremost, the heartache, the realization that this season's probably coming to an end. And I know it's halfway, but you get my point. It's tough, and we aren't standing there with the best of them. We aren't. And then we get Matt Lodge leaving. Adam Fanor-Blake, thankfully, is coming around. Apparently, the news is not as bad as it was, which is beautiful. Josh Curran, please come. You know what I mean? And then you hear this news, and it's just, what was going on with the club? So Matt Lodge is gone now, but we still pay him this year and the year after. Why did he even go in the first place? Why do we not have a leg to stand on as a club? Why do we not stand on our legs as a club? I am so furious with this. I'm furious. You're telling me that Matt Lodge is allowed to come and do as he pleases, which is what's happened, and we got to pay him money this year and next year, $700,000, or could be more, give or take. What's going on with this club? Honestly, what is going on with this club? You know, and the irony is that because of the way we're playing, it just seems like there's more interesting news outside the field than there is in the field. And we need to please explain. We need an explanation as fans, as members. They owe it to us to explain, because now as fans we have $1.4 million for this year, including this year and next year, going to a player who's not even playing for us, who we let go because he didn't want to play with New Zealand. For frick's sake! For frick's sake! For frick's sake! What on earth is happening in this club? It's not trivial. It's not a small matter. $1.4 million. Again, give or take. It's reported. But still, $1.4 million this year and next year, gone to a player who's could possibly be playing for the Dolphins and getting, say, for example, $700,000 there. What on earth are we doing? Oh my gosh, man. You know, and I thought Nathan Brown's team selections were bad. This is not great. This is not good. I need to please explain as soon as possible, actually. We all do. Things are just... Something's happening there. Something's happening there. If auditors are getting involved, you know, you might even argue and say that integrity unit could get involved. Something's happening at that club, man, and I'm not happy about it at all. Oh my gosh. You know, you imagine that. Just come around, oh, I don't want to go to New Zealand, sweet as, and then you leave. All right. And then you still pay him money. This is not a personal call out, as much as it is just me being a member, being a fan. Not just myself, but me and others. Just please tell us what's going on. You know what I mean? Because not only do we lose a very handy player, some may say not, whatever, in Matt Lodge, but then we also got to pay him money. That affects our cap into next season. Guys, please help me. It's like I said, this is an emergency meeting. Help me, please. Anyway, give me your thoughts. Wow. This is long, but that's right. You know, it is. I thought it would be long. May as well, you know, chuck it up there for you guys to, yeah, to chew on this piece of steak or vegetable or whatever it is you eat. Wow. Right. Wow. Give me your thoughts. Wow. Anyway, take it easy. See you guys next time. Just remember, hold the ball.